and we're going to start with our bands. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to put our feet in front of us. Hi everybody, I'm so glad you're here. You can place your heavier band, or a band or two, around your heel arch, cross the band like an X. Now where the palms are going to be on the tubing and we're going to bend the elbows. Good, I'm glad you already knew what we're doing. This is the row. Really good for strong backs. Let me turn so I can see a little better. Exhale and pull. Everybody looks so good. We're adding the breath, which is continuous. So if you can, breathe in your nose and breathe out your nose. Notice how your neck is easy. Your shoulder blades are down the back, and your exhale can help you pull your belly in as you pull the band. If you have any discomfort as you sit, or if you feel like you're kind of having to round your back, try sitting on a pillow or a Baja blanket to get your hips elevated a little bit. That'll help slacken the hamstrings. We're doing great. We're going to do 5 more. Exhale. Good. 4. Everybody looks so good. The ears in line with the shoulder, over the hips. Now what we'll do is add on a rotation. So bend one elbow and rotate that way. Leave the legs the same. Exhale, bend the other elbow and rotate that way. Exhale, pull. I like to also add the supination. So the palm flips up, then you get some of that arm involved and not just the back. But by rotating, we're also helping the posture muscles to help keep our posture upright. You're doing great. Exhale, rotate. Exhale, rotate. Exhale, rotate. And you're sitting tall as if there's a golden thread attached to your crown pulling you up to the sky. Your heart faces right. As you pull, your heart faces left. Try 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Now we're going to take the rope off for a moment and take one stretch called the rack, and this is one arm up. Inhale, one arm up. Now lift your heart, and you're going to feel your shoulders and chest open. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, we're going to take the rope around our heel arch. So now I have a medium rope and not a heavy rope. And you can cross this rope like an X. Place your elbows beside you and open up the forearms to the side. This is external rotation. You can act like you're holding on to a dish rag underneath your forearm, your elbow, so your arms don't abduct from the ribs. This is a prehab exercise. And 8, external rotators help prevent the shoulders from rounding forward. It's really good for preventing shoulder pain. Neck is easy. You can move your head every now and then and just make sure the neck moves freely. Shoulder blades are down the back. You might even feel that your abs are working as you stay tall, and your back is working as you stay tall. Scan your wrist. The wrists are in line with your forearms, not flexing or extending. They're in one long line like a piece of plywood's on your arm. Let's take 5 more. Open up. 4, everybody looks so good. 3, 2, and 1. Now uncross the rope. And we're going to do an exercise where we bend the elbows and straighten them. Now I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this. If you have osteoporosis, just stay upright and bent. Grab the tube. If you do not have osteoporosis and you can tolerate flexion in your spine, add a scoop and then bend your elbows and exhale. Your neck is easy, so you'll see sometimes I just shake it out. Exhale. Lifting the elbows off your ribs will make it harder. So if you lift your upper arm higher, good. Exhale, pull your belly in. Good. All right. Now look at your wrists. They're neutral. 10, 9, 8. Very good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Doing so good, lift up tall. Now the hands go beside your hips and pull. Let me turn a little bit more. Now your arms are like a V. The hands are beside the hips, but wide enough that you don't hit the floor with your knuckles. You're tall. From the side, your ear is in line with your shoulder, is in line with the middle of your rib cage, is in line with your greater trochanter or hip bone. So you're standing tall, you're sitting tall. You're exhaling as you pull. So your belly pulls in. Your jawline is parallel to the floor. And that's also really good practice for preventing tech neck when the head's forward of the rest of the body. And when you do this head position in a good alignment during class, you feel it when you're during your day, and let's say you're on the iPad later at night, you feel your head's forward and your body says, hey, let's fix our head position. So it helps firm up some cues during the day. All right, take 2 more. Now let that go, and we're gonna take a stretch. You can sit any way you want to. I'm gonna sit this way. We're gonna take a stretch called cow face. One arm is up and behind, and the other arm is behind you. Try to catch your fingers. Jawline parallel to the floor. Breathe in. Oh, I love that. That was great. Breathe fully. Inhale. This is so we have shoulders that are open. Now switch the other side. So now the other arm goes up, the other arm reaches. Catch your fingers if you can. Can you catch all 4 fingers? Breathe in. Head is neutral. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale and exhale. Really good. Now we're going to take a little pattern here. So you're going to wrap the band around your feet, heel arch. Make sure each end is equal. Now, one arm is going to go high, a little high, and one arm is going to go a little low. I like to think of a flat X. So one arm is pulling a little higher than parallel, and one arm's pulling a little lower at the same time. Both are pulling. They're just deviating a little bit from parallel. So a pattern, exhale, pull. This is also rear deltoid or shoulder. These are the muscles that help prevent rounded shoulders. So they complement our daily activities, which are generally forward since our eyes are forward. So it should be burning. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now we're going to take that band, sit any way you want. So for me, I'm just going to mix it up. I'll be here. Take your band around your upper back, palms up. And if you have the tubing like I do, I like to catch the extra so it's not just sort of slapping around. So you have an exhale to push out, and then you return, and then an exhale to push forward, an exhale to push out, and an exhale to push forward, an exhale to push out, and an exhale to push forward, and out, and forward, and out. Good, and forward. Now we're going to just double check some cues. We're breathing continuously. Our shoulders are down the back. Our palms can be neutral or even supinated, and that'll help keep the shoulders open. Good, exhale. Breathe in and out. Breathe in through your nose if you can, and breathe out through your nose if you can. 4 more sets. We're doing a little pattern. 3 more sets. 2 more sets. 1 more set. Really good work. Now we're going to take the band like a V. Now go up and behind. So this is a stretch. Go up and in front. Go up. Everyone looks beautiful. What I really like is you're trying not to contort your body. You're trying to keep your elbows long. Even right here, if it's getting hard, just stretch out your band. Yeah, up and forward and up and back. Now we're going to be finding some places that feel amazing. So here's one. It looks like a Y. Breathe in. Chin is parallel to the floor. Wrists are neutral. Now try a little lower, maybe an inch or 2. Breathe in. This is for posture. You're doing great. Breathe in. Breathe in fully. One more inch. Try a lower one. Try inhale. And then let that go. Now this is an informal lift your shoulders, move them. And if you would like a sip, grab a sip here. I'm having a Zion Fog, which is Earl Grey tea with goat milk. So we're gonna take this behind us again. All right, palms up. Now this is a breaststroke. So push forward and around. And exhale forward and around. So you can imagine you're swimming forward and around. And exhale forward and around. So you have tension as you push on the band, as you pull the band. And your neck is easy. And 7. And 8. Good. And 9. Push forward and around. Take one more. And now this one, you're gonna go wide first. So go wide, 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 and then narrow. Good. Exhale, wide, 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 and forward. Good. Wide and forward. 3, you're doing great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, let this go, and any way you want to sit is fine because our intention is a lateral flexion. So you can sit any way you want to. The key result area, the KRA, is that our spine is getting laterally flexed. Now, we're going to have some fun with this. Rotate down. That's your QL. You're getting your quadratus lumborum, that low back muscle from the rib to pelvis. It tends to be a nemesis in back pain, so enjoy this stretch. Now breathe in and rotate a little towards the sky. This is going to get more obliques. This is also important for posture. Now, if your forearm rests on the mat, go for it. So you may be opening up. That was good. You see how your body opened up. So you could get your forearm on the mat. Great. Great, Michelle. Breathe in. It's like you're trying to stretch from your hip to your middle finger. Now, when you come up, before you go to the other side, notice how this side feels so big. It's so open. I love instant feedback. There's not much we get instant feedback on in life. So now this is lateral flexion. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And as you're here, you feel that nuance. Okay, I can feel my low back opening. I can feel my arm feeling longer. Now rotate towards the floor a little bit and breathe into that rib cage. This is so good for your shoulder and your back and your posture. It prevents rounded shoulders. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now we add this little rotation towards the sky. You're still trying to reach your hip towards your, away from your middle finger. And lengthen your elbow if you can. If that's good for you, lengthen your top elbow. Inhale. And then exhale and come up. Everything should feel a little bit easier now. Really good. Now we're going to add on. You can sit any way you want to. This is the tricep. One arm is back. This arm is behind you at your low back. Now, inhale and exhale, push. And 2. And exhale, 3. The top arm's working. 4. The bottom arm is an anchor. 5, 6, 7. All of these exercises could be done standing up as well. I'm just changing it up for us. It's also an important skill to be able to get on and off the floor and to sit on the floor and keep our hips flexible this way. But please adjust your stance or your seating position if you need to. 14, 15, chin up so you're tall, you're proud. Good, your jawline's parallel to the floor. 19, yes. All right, the back of the arm should be working. Now this arm, let me grab my band, is up here. This other arm is at your low back holding onto the band. Good, good, Jean. Okay, get ready and push. The first 1 or 2, you may end up having to adjust your tension, and that is the beauty of the bands. You don't have to pick up a heavier weight. You just change where your grip is. You're tall. Keep breathing. Good. Ribs over the pelvis. Jawline parallel to the floor if you can. I love how you're lengthening your elbow. 10. Head up. Proud. Proud chest. Breathe in. Good. Keep going. 16. 17, 18, 19, and 20. You're doing so good. Let your band go. Now on this one, this is a back stretch. Your knees are underneath your hips. You're going to do cat and cow. And exhale, flexion and extension. And flexion, keep going. And extension. And flexion and extension. Now this time draw hip circles, just about 4 or 5 one way. Act like you're drawing a circle on the wall behind you, like you have a magic marker on your pelvis. Now you're going to go the other way. This is just really good low back mobility. Keep breathing. It should just feel good. And if you can, do a child's pose. If that's too hard, leave your hips in the air. Otherwise, come down. Inhale, and then exhale. Good. Grab a sip if you would like it. And sit any way you want to. I'm just going to mix it up so I can show you that you can mix it up. Sit any way you want to, though. Take your band up. Now, when your hands are up, you're going to pull down. So you could sit kneeling. You could sit crisscross applesauce. You could sit with your legs in front. You can stand. I'm just offering different ways to be on the floor since it's a skill that some of us don't do during the day, and we do want to be able to get on and off the floor. Okay, so as you do this pull, notice your arms are what's doing it, not your neck. So I'm going to grab more to make it harder. Exhale, and it's going in front of your nose. Yes, okay, good. And to your chest, right where you'd wear a necklace. And exhale. Good, and exhale. And exhale. All right, let's do 8 more. Pull. You're pulling down and wide. 7. Good. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, let go of that. Now sit any way you want to. Yeah, I know, right? Let's move our shoulders a little bit, get some synovial fluid. I like your intuition. I'm going to sit differently, crisscross. So open up your arms. Now rotate as much as you can without using your hands on the floor. And then when you can't go anymore, let your hands help you. So one hand can be on the knee. One hand, now you can put your hands down to help you with the stretch. Hold here. You're rotating mostly the upper back. 10. Inhale, open up your arms. Rotate, 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 rotate. And then when you feel like you can't go anymore, let your hands down and help yourself out. Rotate. And then gently come back. Really good. Your spine likes to be moved in lateral flexion, rotation, flexion, and extension every day. So that's why we do those stretches. Now we're going to do some lying down chest presses. So you're going to, I'll show you, but you're going to be lying down with a weight that lets you do this. A modification would be that you do push-ups on the wall. But if you can, you're going to grab a weight that's on the heavier end, 5 to 12 pounds. Now you're going to lie down with your feet on the floor. That helps you keep your ribs down. Your hand weights are going to be in your hands. Push them up, and you can even let them kiss. The 2 ends kiss. Bend your elbows and push up. Now make sure that this is, your shoulders feel good. You can tweak this a little bit for you. So the elbows don't have to be at 90 degrees to the body. They can be a little lower for a safer place. Your wrists are pretty neutral. Now as you push up, exhale and exhale. Now just scan, are your ribs on the mat? That's what having the feet on the floor helps you do, so that your low back doesn't arch excessively off the mat. Is your head comfortable and your neck comfortable? If not, you can put a little pillow or a Baja blanket or fold your mat and put it underneath your head. So you're exhaling, and try 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to carefully lower those down. Take a full body stretch. So legs long, arms long. Reach through your fingers and your toes. Stretch. Really good. Inhale. Now I like to roll the ankles a few times here. They're important for back care. Nice. Really good. And then let's bring those feet back on the floor. And your ribs are touching. If you care to take a second set, you're going to take those weights again, the hand weights. Put the hands up. Now both ends of your weights are touching. I like to imagine there's a tree and you're opening up to hug a tree. Now you exhale, hug. Your wrist will not touch the mat on this. Your hand weights will not touch the floor. The tree's in front of you, and you're not opening up your arms so big that you're going into an unsafe range of motion with this heavy weight at the end of a long lever. So I want you to scan your body. Everything should feel good. And even though we're working our muscles, the joints, so you're always listening, are the joints safe? Yes, that's what we want. Do the muscles feel a challenge? That's okay. But the joints, and no sharp pains, so you distinguish those different sensations in your body. What's a healthy one? Because your body will always send you signals, and we're not bypassing those signals. So always create a safe plane for you when you're doing healthy movement. Now breathe in and out through your nose if you can. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Now, safely lower the weights down. Now, I'm going to have us come up just a little fun way. Take your feet in the air and pretend you're bicycling, and bicycle your way up. Did it work? Come on up to seated. And if it didn't work, grab your feet. You did it. It's terrific. Okay, now we're going to add on a, I'm going to have a seated or high kneel. So seated, kneeling or high kneel. Now, if that's uncomfortable for your legs, you can stand. What I'm doing is just mixing it up so that when you're exposed to all these different positions, you can find things that work for you. Or if you're kind of feeling tight in one, you'll feel like it gets easier to get on the floor. So you can do it low kneel, good poly, or you can do it high kneel. You can do this standing. And you know what it's also good for is our brain. Our brain likes to have extra stimulus too. Now, what I like is that you're breathing in and out. You're not holding the breath. You have a little bit of abtone as you open the arms. We're going, for our purposes, about shoulder height, or if in doubt, a little less. Nothing should hurt in the shoulders. My shoulders feel great right now. Your shoulders should feel great. The muscles know they're working, but the bones, the joints feel good. You can see the hands and the weights are in your peripheral. They're not behind you. So this is scapular plane. You're doing great. All right. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now, let that go. You can sit any way you want to, and we're going to take an arm across and push it. So now if you can add on, just do a few of these wrist rolls. And we're going to do the other side. Inhale, and as you exhale, push that hand and add some wrist rolls. You're doing great. Sit any way you want for this next one. It might be a lighter weight, so somewhere between 3 and 6. Press the arms up. Bend, press the arms up, and bend. Good, and exhale. Good, and exhale. Now you can feel that the weights would throw you off balance if you didn't have a little bit of stability on, a little stabilizers on. So feel your belly pull in. Feel that your shoulders are down the back, but your neck is soft. And 8 and 9. Now, if you can, do 5 more. If you've had enough, just do a smaller weight or do what you can. Good. 2, you're doing great. 1, so good. Lower that down. We're going to do one called prayer pose. So I'm going to show you from the back. Reverse prayer pose. Put your fingers together, press them up, and open up your elbows. Now you're also putting your palms to go close together as you can. If this is too hard, just interlace your fingers at the back. Good. Take that inhale. Really good. And then hold hands with yourself and take a little, release. And we are going to do a plank for our next exercise. This is strengthening your core. Let me show you all sorts of fun ways to do this. The first way is on your knees and your forearms. The next way is up on your toes. So you see how I'm a long line? Now hold. This is so good for us. You know planks are one of my favorite exercises. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep lifting through the ribs. 5, good. 4, 3, 2. Now rest your pelvis and your forearms are on the mat. This is a exercise for your upper back. You got it, and if you can, add on your hands pushing. Shoulder blades are down the back. This is probably my favorite exercise because our life is so forward, and this one helps strengthen the upper back so we don't get rounded. Breathe in. Now on the exhale, come into a child's pose. Curl the toes under if you'd like. Inhale. And then sit up any way you'd like to. Take one big breath up. Inhale, a humongous appreciation for your body, mind, and spirit for coming here today and starting your day with full wellness. Let your hands come to your heart. Today, I intend to stay fully connected to this feeling of wellness and radiance. I'm so grateful that my body works well enough to do all these things I asked and even does the things that I didn't ask it to do during the day. I love feeling this high sense of wellness and radiance. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate every moment of it. With so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. I think you did great. Good job.